Hey everybody, it's me again, Richard. I'm back with you once more, and it's absolutely great to be doing another review. And today we're going to be taking a look at a rebuildable dripping atomizer. The only sole reason why we're going to be looking at our dripper is because this particular dripper complements my Chiu Megan 318 perfectly. It really is beautiful with the 26650 mechanical mod, and we're talking about the Nucleus by Style of Mojo. Welcome back everybody, and just before I go on, I need to do a little bit of correction on what I said where I mentioned it's the Nucleus by Style of Mojo, but in actuality the one that I'm holding in my hand is actually the clone version of the Nucleus by Style of Mojo. Mine came from a vape shop in Kuching, Sarawak called ono.com.my or Ono Vapor Trends. I'll leave a link in the description box below. But it is from Infinite Technologies. Those are the makers for this clone version that I have in my hand. So let's talk about the nucleus to start with. Of course, we all know from science the nucleus is the center part of an atom, where it's the control center, so to speak, if my memory don't fail me, or that's where the center of activity. So probably with that in mind, they decided to name the Nucleus here by Style of Mojo by the very same name as well. And the Nucleus RDA is by the Style of Mojo. The original version is made from stainless steel 304. It's got a 510 threading there. In America, I did a little bit of research. It's selling about plus minus about $140 for the authentic version. Unfortunately, we don't have the authentic version in Malaysia. So recently, this came out as a clone, and this is what we have. But looking at it, you know, from my point of view, looks-wise, it looks one-to-one exactly like the original. Okay, it's a 22 millimeter diameter RDA. The height is 25.5 millimeters. It allows you to do a quad or a dual coil in there, but I much prefer a dual coil, as my coiling capabilities never fail to surprise me. The center positive post is actually made from rhodium, coated. And rhodium is actually 4 times harder than gold or even silver as well. And there's also a decoration ring here. If I just take out the drip tip, you can see there's a decoration ring. This is what they termed it as. You can remove it. Whether it has any function or not, I'm really not too sure about that, but that's called the decoration ring. It's also made from rhodium as well, and this is we're talking about the original rhodium coated, to be exact. It actually helps to prevent hot spots and things like that. The top cap is made from brass, and it's polished brass here that I have here in my hand. So it comes with a beautiful box. We're talking about the authentic here once again, with the logo, the Chiu logo on it, and also an Allen key together with some O-rings. That's what I know. Unfortunately, the clone version that I have from Infinite came in a little white cardboard box like that. Pathetic or what? And in there you will find not an Allen key, unfortunately, and you have to go out and hunt for that Allen key that fits, you know, your post so that you can screw down your wires. But it does come with some O-rings that I have in a plastic bag here in my hand, and also 2 pre-wicked or rather pre-coiled wicks that I have, silica wicks. So doubt I'll be using that. I'll just gonna put that aside. And besides that, the dripper that I have here, the Nucleus, the clone version of it, I paid 70 ringgit plus minus, which is about 25 US dollars. So can't expect much, like a nice wooden box with the Chiu logo on it and all. Well, so what we're going to do is we're gonna zoom in, get a really good look at this dripper, and I'll show you, because like I said, it's a little bit different from your normal 3-post dripper that comes with 2 negative posts, and the positive post is in the middle. This has that, but except that it's constructed a little bit different. So let's not waste any more time, and we're just going to zoom in, get a closer look at it, and I'll show you the parts. So here we have up close our Nucleus rebuildable dripping atomizer by style of Mojo, and in my case it's a clone from Infinite Technologies, and we're going to bring it even closer for you to have a really good look. And to start with, it is a fingerprint magnet for sure. As you can see, some of the fingerprints that I've left behind. The drip tip is really nice. It has a Chiyu logo on it, as you can see. And the engraving is pretty nice. It's quite deep in actually. And you have all these little grooves right at the tip of the drip tip. And over this side, you can see, and if I bring it a little bit closer, you can see style of Mojo also engraved on it. Yeah. And of course, it's time to remove the drip tip, and it's got two O-rings to give you a really good fit and holds well. And they call this the decoration ring, which has the engraving style of Mojo here, and on this side it says Nucleus. This also can be removed, yeah, and it's just a ring. So personally, I'm not sure if this has any function at all, or it's just for decorations, you know, to make it look nice with the stainless steel polished accent here. But apparently, when I did some research on this rebuildable dripping atomizer, the original, this is rhodium coated, and it's supposed to help with some hot spots and things like that. So, well, it could be. And looking at the top cap right now, it has got three holes, three air holes, except the center hole. If you notice, it's blocked off. You only got one and two on each side, and this side you also got three, but only two is open. This is if you want to have the option of just using a single hole, and this center hole is much bigger than the one on each side, right? You've got one single O-ring here to hold the decoration ring, and at the bottom it has the engraving made in Korea. In my case, my Korea here is in China, and also the serial number 3155. And you have your 510 threading here, and also the center post, or rather center pin, which is, I'm very sure, stainless steel looking at it. Yeah. So I'm going to take a mechanical mod and try and pull it out. I have got my Chiyu Megan here, and like I said, the only reason why I actually bought this dripper is because it complements each other so well. It's a great match because this is brass and it's got a brass accent here, and then you have your silver, sorry, not silver, but stainless steel tubing, and then you have another brass. See, it looks good. All right, so we're going to just remove the cap. And on the inside of the cap, that's how it looks like. At the bottom there, right at the end, is not concave or anything, but it's just flat. It's a flat piece all across. And you have your hole for your drip tip to fit in. By the way, the drip tip, just to let you have a look at it, it's got a wide bore at the top here, and it narrows down to a smaller hole in the center here. Yeah? That's how it is. Alright, coming back to our little, I'm going to unscrew this from the mechanical mod and show you just the building deck. And you have two O-rings to hold on your top cap, so it's going to be a pretty firm hold. And you have two air holes here. So that's what I was telling you about. And for those of you who like very airy draw and you're into tinkering, you might want to just drill one more at the center, which I've heard people do that. Other than that, that's your drip well, which is a pretty deep drip well that you've got there. It is about 6 millimeters, 6 to 7 millimeters in depth. So that's a lot of juice you can have in there soaking in your cotton. Yeah, and the drip and the posts, like I mentioned, you have your two negative here, and this is your positive. So how you work this out is actually, and we're going to remove this screw. Be very careful when you're actually dismantling or when you're coiling this dripper, because make sure you have a mat or a rag, because the parts here, the small tiny little screws, are really, really tiny, and you have to use an Allen key. If you get the clone, they don't provide you with the Allen key, so you've got to go hunt down for one, very small ones. All right, so this is actually your positive pin, or rather screw, that you screw on here, and you have your two negatives here, and this can be removed. That's center post here. Okay, so this little tiny thing here, just to let you see, is where you put in your wires. All right, so you have one coil on this side and one coil on this side. Okay, this is your positive, negative, negative. Okay, I'm going to show you how to put in your coil right now. I don't have an Allen key that size, so I've managed to get this small little screwdriver that I have here. What I'll do is I'll just unscrew this. It's very difficult to find an Allen key this size because it's very, very small. Okay, and these are the size. This is the screw that I'm talking about. So when you're actually removing it, just to let you have a closer look, it is so tiny. Yeah, let's take a look at it. You're working with very, very tiny parts, and make sure this doesn't fall to the ground, otherwise you're gonna have a hard time looking for it. All you got to do is just thread them in through the holes on each side. One on this side and the other one like this. All right, let's push it in. You have to make sure that your coil don't touch this metal, otherwise you're going to cause a short. Okay, give it a bit of space, and what you do is, holding it, just bend this and bend this. Okay, once you've bent them, so you've got your coil straightened out, and now it's time to screw it in. Right, through this hole. That's my coil there. Okay, once I've got it, pushed it in. All right, I'm going to bend this just to hold it and secure the place. Okay, bend those wires. Now I've got to just clip it. So what I'm going to do now is use a nail clipper. Just clip off all the strands. 2. Alright, so there you go. That's my dual coil. As you can see, I've got one on this side and one on this side. And like I said, if you look from the top here. Alright, so I've got my dual coil in here right now on my Chiu Megan mechanical mod, and we're going to test fire and see. Let me unlock that, and as you can see, let me bring it up closer. I've got both my micro coils, and that's how it should sit. Just a quick test fire, and those are my coils there. Yippee, and it's working. There you go. She's lighting up. I've got it here with 0.7 ohms, and it's absolutely glowing beautifully. Right, so we're gonna put everything back, wick it, and we're gonna vape on it and talk about it. All right, we're back to our normal camera angle, guys. So this is my Nucleus together with my Chiu Megan 318. Like I said, looking absolutely stunning, and that's one reason why I actually ordered this dripper, because they just complement each other beautifully. right? So we're going to take a vape. I've got a my cotton in there, and together with a dual coil which measures to about 0.7 ohms. Let's give it a test fire and see. Yep, there you go. So we're going to take a vape and see. Wow, not bad. Nice, really nice. Sorry about the fog, guys. Really sorry. So there you go. This is the Nucleus by Mojo. Once again, mine's a clone from Infinite Technologies, and we're going to just try it out of curiosity's sake on a Hannah Mods, and let's see how she works before we call it a day. All right. I'm using my standard version of the Hannah Mods V3. Yeah. Works really great with the Hannah Mods. The flavor, excuse me, really, the fog, I'm fogging up the whole room. The flavor is just solid, nice flavor. Yeah, for an Infinite clone that costs 70 ringgit, 25 US dollars, not too bad, not too bad. Until I talk to you again, vape safe, always vape safe, and have a great day, have a great weekend. Bye for now.